Welcome to another episode of Brick by Brick, Building Wealth Through Real Estate. My name is Nico James-Bock, and I'm a broker at Royal LePage Signature in downtown Toronto. In today's episode, I want to talk about home inspections. Are they still relevant? Why do we need a home inspection? And what types of home inspection are there? There are several home inspections, and I want to jump right into why these home inspections are important. So, a home inspection is it's a professional third-party inspection of a property that is not covered by a new home warranty. So anything that is out of warranty, be it a freehold property or a condo, is subject to a home inspection. I highly recommend home inspections, even for condos, especially if in a condo where you are responsible for the heating, air conditioning, and or hydro. So the goal of a home inspection is to evaluate the home from a structural and also from a safety standpoint, as well as to ensure you're buying a hazard-free, up-to-code property that's a good investment of your hard-earned dollars and not some hot mess that you are going to inherit from another owner. You also want to have a home inspection if you are planning on putting your property up for sale. So I always recommend and often pay for a pre-listing home inspection so it avoids surprises. The home inspection gives you the peace of mind of knowing you've made a sound buying decision, and it also provides peace of mind for those that are coming to buy your property, potential purchasers. So it reveals the repairs and investments you'll need to make before you buy or sell, if you choose to do so. It also gives you invaluable details about every aspect of your home, or most aspects, most important aspects of your home, those that are that can show patent as well as latent defects. So those defects that are not visible to the naked eye. A home inspection is fundamental and essential in order to reveal those latent defects. It also reduces the risks of unwanted surprises after you move in or after the purchaser of your home moves in. What are the types of home inspections? The types of home inspection generally, the most basic home inspection is called a general home inspection, and it covers the basics of the home. Another more specific type of inspection is a mold inspection and testing. So mold inspection is not part of general inspection. So I'm going to go through some of the other types of inspections that are not generally ordered when you order a home inspection. So mold would be the most prevalent, the most common type of home inspection, as mold is a worry for many people. Number three, a third type of home inspection is a lead-based paint inspection and testing. Lead-based paint was commonly used and is still available as a paint finish in several older homes. Chimney inspection is another important inspection that should be carried out, as there could be blockages in the chimney chute that can cause a backflow. It could cause the entry of rodents and pets, and you want to make sure that that is completely free and clear. Pool or spa inspection is also suggested when there is the presence of an above ground or below ground pool. The sixth type of inspection is for pests. Pests can involve rodents, flying insects, as well as termite or wood-destroying insects. So termite or wood-destroying insects are fairly common uh, and they can cause a lot of damage that is not visible upon a cursory inspection of a home. So, if there's any suspicion whatsoever of a termite infestation or other wood destroying insect, then it is highly recommended to get a specialized inspection to be able to discover and take care of that. The seventh type will be a disaster inspection. It obviously depends on where your home is located. Disaster inspections often are held in areas where natural disasters are prevalent. So, tornadoes, hurricanes, as well as earthquakes. So, in any of those zones where those natural disasters can take place, then this type of inspection would be the default inspection. Soil inspection. This type of inspection is for contamination. Um, it typically occurs when a property is located near for example, a gas station, or if the property is being changed from a use. So, if there was a previous gas station present on the property, and you want to repurpose that property and perhaps build a home or another structure, then a soil inspection would be needed. As well, if there is an existing home on a property and the property has an in-ground oil tank, then a soil inspection would have to be performed, as well as plans to remove the tank, and a further inspection would be done to make sure that there was no additional contamination from the oil tank removal. Sewer and or drainage. So this is a specialized inspection to test sewage and or drainage. Again, it's usually done in areas where this is necessary. So rural areas or areas that are near lake beds or other sources of large bodies of water. Radon gas and or asbestos. These are specialized contaminants or problems that affect the property. And sometimes these are not revealed during a regular inspection. So this specialized type of inspection would be ordered to reveal the presence of radon gas and or asbestos. So I'm not going to go into detail with regards to these individual inspections, with the exception of the most common. So we'll start with the general home inspection. And this is the one that you would usually have done when you are buying a house or condo, or even just before you actually put the property up for sale, if you are a homeowner and want to have a pre-listing inspection done. You might also consider getting a standard home inspection before or just slightly before the purchase of a home that is relatively new but is beyond the home warranty. So this generally is a detailed inspection of the home's exterior, the walls, foundation, and also the grading. Grading is important because it would influence water runoff and perhaps enter the home from or through the basement retaining walls. The garage, roof, attic, and chimney, if applicable, exterior water drainage and water disbursement, waste as well is a consideration. Systems as applicable, septic systems in rural areas or in older homes. Porches also are a sticky point during home inspections, as well as decks, patios, yards, gardens, and coverings. When we go into the interior of the home, then interior walls and ceilings, the inspector is looking for moisture and any kind of leakage. So the inspector will take a close look at at the presence of bubbling in paint or cracks in the walls or ceilings, and also in the floor. The inspector will also look at plumbing. So the inspector will look for the presence of Kitec plumbing. Kitec plumbing was used in the 90s, and it's not used anymore for many reasons. So that the presence of Kitec plumbing is also like a red flag. The inspector will look at the thermostat, appliances, flooring, and tiles. The electrical system is also a point of interest for a general home inspection. The inspector will be looking for knob and tube wiring in an older home, as well as the standard amp service. Standard amp service would be 100 or 200 amps, depending on the number of utilities that are being used in the home, and these are all important for when you obtain home insurance. So in many jurisdictions, home insurance is not provided if you have knob and tube electricals, or if the amp service is below the standard. A specialized home inspection, as mentioned before, would be mold, asbestos, and termite or other pests. Asbestos is a group of toxic minerals that in the past have been used to make many products stronger and long-lasting, and also fire-resistant. It's important to note that before 1990, asbestos was commonly used in countries like Canada to insulate buildings and homes against the cold weather and noise, as well as to fireproof these buildings. It's no longer used, and it is cancer causing. It can be cancer causing, and also causes problems with insulation, breathing, so lungs and respiratory ailments are often attributed to asbestos. Pests and termites. For this inspection, you would bring in a professional to check for evidence of pests in your home, such as rodents or raccoons, wasps, termites, and such. A professional would work with you to get rid of these pests. They would be looking for evidence of pests that can help you with getting them out of your home. So evidence would be wood damage or holes caused by these pests for points of entry. Mold is a huge concern if you have children, or if you are asthmatic, or if you have a compromised immune system. Because mold can cause a whole variety of health problems, it is something that you want to avoid. If you are worried about the presence of mold, you should bring in a mold inspector. So it's a specialized inspector, because they will be able to distinguish between all of the different types of mold that might be growing in your home. A mold inspector will also be testing your home's interior air quality and test for spores that could be migrating from one part of your home to another part. And these can cause the spreading of the mold and exacerbate any kind of respiratory problems that you have. So the lead-based paint is another type of inspection that I mentioned earlier. While in 1976, the Canadian government took measures to reduce the presence of lead in interior paints. This does not mean that homeowners and landlords do not continue to use lead-based paint after it was banned in the US in 1976. If your home was built before the 1990s, you should have your home tested for lead. If a lead test uncovers lead, then you will need to hire a certified lead abatement professional to remove the presence of lead. So these things are not readily visible. You wouldn't know upon entering a home if lead-based paint was used. So that's why it is necessary to, if there is even a thought from a general inspector or from yourself that lead-based paint was used in the home, then a specialized inspection can be obtained. That covers this episode. My contact information is readily available in the show notes. I hope you obtained value from this episode. I want to stress that it is very, very important to have an inspection done for most types of properties, simply because it will help you to avoid a lot of issues as they come up during the home ownership process. So take care and be sure to respond with any of your questions. My name is Nico James-Bock, and I'm signing off at this point. Ciao, ciao.